What's up, YouTube? About to get started here on Instagram Live, talking about some fun stuff today. So I wanted to make a video out of it. I am just enjoying my morning. It is beautiful. I am here in Santa Monica, just having a coffee right now, which I have sporadically, and I love talking about coffee as well. So if anybody has questions about coffee or how we can use coffee to the best of our ability, there's definitely different uses, and then there's definitely abuse. So make comments below if you have any questions or comments about that. But I'm about to start an Instagram Live right now, and we're chatting about functional strength again, but we're chatting about why the fitness industry tries to make this so complicated, because it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. We're going to talk about some really good basic principles today, so I'm going to start the Instagram Live. Let's see. All right, let's start it. See if we can get a couple people on here. Got a couple signing in right now. Let's see. It doesn't say how many people are in here. I usually like to wait until we got a good amount, but it looks like a lot of people are coming in. Very cool. What's up, everybody? Andrew, how's it going, man? My summer's going amazing. Hopefully your summer's going amazing as well. And I think I see some regulars. Yes, hi. How's it going? How's it going? Cool. So guys, today I want to talk about gaining strength, and I want to talk about it a little bit differently. I want to talk about why the fitness industry and the supplement industry and this industry of professionals is making this seem so complicated. I've been getting a lot of questions, a couple DMs actually recently, about this subject matter, and everybody keeps asking me these questions about these high-level training strategies. They're asking me questions about the specificity of a certain exercise compared to another exercise that's really similar to the one, and how one is going to develop the muscle in a different way, how they can develop muscles to make them more striated, how they can train for strength gains faster in other ways. And there is a lot of differences, but again, there really isn't that much when it all comes down to the same thing, and the same thing that we talk about day in and day out. We need to do the work, and we need to complement it with food. So I'd like to start by saying, a lot of people in the fitness industry and a lot of these professionals like to reinvent these different techniques on strength training, or reinvent these different techniques as far as eating and constructing a diet, but there really is no secret. And all of these different, sorry about that, all of these different techniques really don't make that big of a difference if you don't have the first 90% of a consistent structure down. So the first 90% of a consistent structure, we talk about this all the time, but that's having a good consistent workout schedule, and that workout schedule is a progressive build. It's building daily, it's building weekly, it's building monthly. Depending on the overall intensity of that workout schedule, we do need to have deload weeks where we're letting our body rest, we're reducing resistance, increasing volume, increasing calories, and then coming to a really strong rest period for 2 to 3 days. I do think that's super important. I also do think it's important to cycle the kinds of foods that we're eating. If we're trying to get a specific reaction out of a food, like an insulin spike from a carbohydrate, or really fill glycogen stores from carbohydrates, I do believe that if we're eating the same carbohydrates for 10 years, that we can benefit from having a different source of carbohydrates and mixing that into the diet, right? So changing up in the diet aspect, having the progressive build on the fitness side, introducing new exercises that are closely related to that strength training goal is really important as well. But these are the basic fundamentals. These are the fundamentals that are the first 90%, right? These are the fundamentals that get all of these elite and world-class athletes and these coaches and these people with this amazing amount of success to where they are. And then they start focusing on those little details, right? Like using one piece of equipment versus another, using this one specific piece of equipment for this new style of training to help create explosiveness or whatever it may be. They focus on those little details after they're already some of the best in the world to eke out the last couple percent. But if you jump right to those principles and right to that focus, we're never going to create a consistent basis. And without a basis, we all know anywhere in life, fitness, relationships, family, business, without a consistent basis and consistency in a daily workload, there's no way we're going to be able to benefit, and there's no way we're going to be able to keep progressing forward. So I'd like to introduce that kind of in the beginning of this. Let's talk a little bit more about this. But another thing I'd like to talk about a little bit is why. Why does the fitness industry, or why do these fitness professionals, some of them, obviously not all of them, right? I don't preach getting super, highly detailed and really specific in what we're doing. Obviously, I preach creating a strong basis, but I do preach good principles. But, why are some of these people making this seem so complicated? And the reason why they're making it seem so complicated is because then they can show that they have a different angle or a different degree or a different idea about something. And then having something different is generally appealing to somebody that's not achieving their goals, right? So if you're out there and you're not achieving your goals, you feel that you're not doing something correctly. And if you feel like you're not doing something correctly, when somebody presents something that's different for you, you're like, oh, that must be the answer, right? And naturally we gravitate towards that. But it's not. It's really the inconsistency. It's really the constant jumps that are causing you to not reach your goals. So people keep coming out with these new things, but in the end of the day, it's absolutely workload compared to total nutrition approach and its basic principles of progressive overload, cycling different sources of food. The next thing that we should address is supplements, and what supplements are and how they should be used. And again, the supplement industry and a lot of the marketing that's behind it, they're taking a small benefit of a tiny piece of what's in that matrix of a supplement, and then they're exploiting that benefit and then blowing it up, right? So for an example, if you have like an intra-workout supplement, pre-workout supplement, post-workout supplement, whatever it may be, they take a little piece of what's in that supplement, and then they blow that up. So let's take protein for an example. So protein is known to promote anabolism. It's known to promote muscle growth. It's known to help with recovery, right? Protein's used for a lot of different things. So they take, what's up, Jake? Hey, man. Hopefully you're doing good. We had an awesome weekend the other weekend. But the supplement company takes that little piece of what protein is, and then they draw conclusions that are really blown up from that, right? So obviously, if your diet is naturally deficient in protein, right? Let's say you don't eat any protein at all. You require a lot of protein because you have a really high level of workload, but you have none. Then your recovery is going to be really bad, right? You could go from gaining almost no muscle mass at all compared to your workload with no protein at all, no plant protein, nothing, no protein at all. And then the simple addition of protein in your diet could make a massive difference. It could take you, right? It could take you from gaining, X amount of muscle mass, or that taking you 24 months to having those same gains in 6 months, right? So it could 4x your recovery. So if you keep walking down that line, you could see where I'm going, right? So then a protein company or a supplement company can put on a protein label, this supplement can 4x your gains. Well, maybe it can 4x somebody's gains that was really deficient in a normal whole foods, real food based diet, right? If they didn't have anything at all, then maybe they can get 4x benefit of having a protein supplement. But if your basis is really strong, like we've been talking about, the first 90% is really strong, then the addition of supplements, just the last 5%. It's just the last 5%. And if you're relying on supplements to take you any further than that, there's a lot more ground to be gained with a real food diet. There's a lot more ground to be gained with being honest with yourself and creating a consistent plan. So I just wanted to address that because a lot of the marketing literature and supplement companies and a lot of the marketing behind fitness professionals and these new style of workouts take these tiny little pieces and they blow them up. And I'm sure you can do this with examples that are present in your life, but if you think about, a new style of workout that's blowing up right now, or a new gym that just opened up down the block from you, go into that gym, look at the claims, right? Look at the claims. And obviously the claims are going to sound really good, right? The different benefits and the different results. I want you to look at that and then look at the fundamental principle of what that gym does and draw your own conclusion. Say, okay, is, the basic training principles and how people train here at this gym, is that going to get me to what these claims are? Because if you don't see that clear path, then that clear path is probably an example of somebody that was way deficient and then stepped into a good situation to have those benefits. So I always say that when people ask me my opinion about supplements, I always look at the back, I always look at the ingredients, right? So you have the claim on the front that says, these branched chain amino acids can have this benefit. I look on the back to make sure the source of branched chain amino acids is adequate or something that I recognize or something that can actually do that. And then I draw my own conclusions. Same with post-workout and recovery nutrition Is this recovery nutrition actually going to help me? Let's compare the claims on the front. Then let's see if the protein source is actually coming from a source that I believe in, right? It's not coming from a cheap source that's 100% milk derived, or it's not coming from some sort of source that is really denatured or highly processed. And then do I really think that this protein is going to help me get that benefit? So I just would love for people out there, when you're looking at fitness professionals, new styles of workouts, these new diets and fads, and these new supplements as well, I'd love for everybody out there to think for themselves and start drawing conclusions on ingredients and input from these new professionals. Okay? If you have any questions about that at all, if there's anything that you've seen recently or anything that you're really excited about to try, supplement-wise, diet-wise, exercise-wise, make a comment right here. Tell me what the workout is or the supplement is. And then comment on what you think that's going to get you, and then we can chat very openly about that, in my opinion. Again, just my opinion, but we can chat very openly about that, because there's always a fundamental seed that's growing that claim. And if that fundamental seed isn't correct, that claim can't be for somebody that already has a consistent plan. So make any comments in here, any questions about what I just mentioned. I know a whole bunch of info coming at you really fast, but this just kind of came to me yesterday. I wanted to talk about it a little bit today because I've been getting a lot of questions, specifically, lately about these new styles of supplements. Everybody's asking me, well, what do you think about this? It claims that it does this. And I'm like, well, look, I've never heard of these ingredients doing that ever in my entire life, right? And as far as I know, there's not a lot of science backing the addition of those ingredients into your diet to have that effect, especially on that level. Therefore, I wouldn't believe in that supplement. So make some comments here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. I saw a lot of stuff coming in to see if I missed anything. We got a lot of hellos. What's up? What's up, Brandon? How's your summer? My summer's amazing. You made some gains over the summer. Happy to hear that. My brother Tony was at OSU Gymnastics with you. You're the man. You're the man, Richie. Tony Duong? Richie Duong, what's up? I love your brother, man. He's awesome. You should teach a class that talks about being healthier and losing weight and getting stronger. Well, I do. So I offer several free courses on it. I offer paid courses on it, the Bodyweight Bootcamp, right, which is the nutrition program and the workout program that I've been doing throughout my career. And I have a $4 course that's coming out really soon. That's probably the most comprehensive, free, or basically free, cheap course that's coming out, and that's going to be all about gaining functional strength. That should be out in the next week and a half or so. But I appreciate the love. La Rosa or Victor, I'm not sure who Victor is. Obviously, you guys all know I know La Rosa very well. He's the man, super strong dude, very impressive guy, very impressive guy. What's this about? So today's subject matter, all questions below, hopefully, because I'm getting to them, all questions below are about new supplement claims, supplements that we're all thinking about taking, new diets that we're thinking about trying, or different fitness avenues or ideas that we want to implement into our life, but we don't know if they're going to be beneficial. All right, I got a question right here. I'm training the front lever. My 90% is different. Front lever holds, front lever rows, ice cream makers, and power downs. Would you recommend to supplement this? So I think what your question is, you're training front lever, and you have a lot of different exercises, and a lot of us can relate. By the way, we got a YouTube video going right now, but a lot of us can relate to training skills and having these exercises that are built into our training program. So how does it relate? So my question for you would be, look at all the exercises that we're doing. How many of those exercises directly mimic the skill? Right? How many of those exercises are really passing through a front lever position, or they're at least doing something that has a straight arm body weight pull? I would look at that and I would make sure it's a really high percentage. If it's not a really high percentage, then yes, you're getting stronger, but you're not learning the skill aspect while you're getting stronger, and that can be really detrimental. It can take a lot of time. I'm a vegetarian. Diego, man, how's it going? I'm a vegetarian. About the supplements, it's kind of difficult for me to find a good one. That's a great great comment. There's a lot of vegetarians out there. Obviously, the majority of the protein powder that we're taking is derived from animal, right? So you wouldn't be able to do that. But Vega protein is great, low carb. I think it's pea protein, which is a good source of protein from vegetables, and high protein per scoop. So if you're looking for any kind of supplements or a protein powder that is vegetarian or vegan, Vega Sport is very good. Never used supplements before. What's a good starter? I'd say for supplements, the best starter is post-workout recovery. Is really, really big. So anything that revolves around post-workout recovery, right? So that would be a protein and a carbohydrate powder post-workout. I also preach having some source of fat post-workout as well if you're lean. I don't think that the fat aspect and slowing down digestion and an insulin spike, I don't think that's relevant. So I do think it's important for post-workout recovery to have a protein powder, a carbohydrate powder, and some sort of fat source. Do I find pre-workouts to interfere with sleep and recovery? I don't. I think they would if you were taking a pre-workout right before bed, right? If you were taking a pre-workout, working out, and going directly to sleep, it can mess it up a little bit. But I think it's all about consistency. If you consistently take a pre-workout, I think your body would get used to it and wouldn't mess with your sleep. But I would encourage you to find a pre-workout that you're comfortable with drinking every single day for the next couple of years. I really, I would encourage you to look at the ingredients and look at the back and say, do I want to put this in my body every day for the next couple of years? And if the answer is yes, then stick with that. And if it's not, you can search for something that is, because there's a ton out there that have good natural ingredients. What supplements should I use for strength? Good question. Recovery first. Recovery nutrition first. Then I think for strength and lean athletes, intra-workout's really big as well. So branched chain amino acids, protein, and carbohydrates, I think, can be a good starter. Creatine monohydrate as well, really important. Any branding advice? Yes, I have a lot of branding advice. I usually set people up with supplement programs. If you want a free supplement program, email me. I'll send you a supplement program right after this live. BrandonWinGym@gmail.com. Just email me and say, hey, I want your supplement program. I'll send it over. Cool? See where we're at here with YouTube. YouTube, hopefully that was beneficial for you. I know you guys are probably going to have some questions. Wow, 17 minutes. I know you guys are probably going to have some questions about supplements, different training styles, different nutrition approaches. And if you do, please make a comment below. Make sure you subscribe as well. Thank you, Instagram Live. If I've missed any of your questions on here, comment in my most recent Instagram post and I'll answer you. All right, enjoy your day. Kill your workouts. All right, YouTube. So if you have anything, make the comments. Enjoy your Thursday.